Basically what we are doing today, you guys, I'm super pumped about it. I want to go through really how I increase my own conversions. I wanted to talk about some paid media stuff that we're doing, some traffic stuff that I'm doing, and how I increase my conversions and what that looked like for myself. And the reason I want to do this is because of a lot of the stories I'm hearing. And this is stuff I've been hearing forever, you guys. This isn't new stuff I'm hearing. This isn't all of a sudden this is coming up. This is stuff I've been hearing forever and ever. Amen. Right. And some of these stories are, I'm spending $2,000 on ads, but I have no booked calls. I feel like I'm lighting my money on fire right now because I keep spending money on ads, or I'm boosting posts and it's doing nothing, right? Or I put together this funnel and nothing's working, right? And so I see this happening time and time and time again. And I see it happening specifically in my niche. I see it happening with accountants and bookkeepers, and they're going out there, they're putting money onto their funnels. They're putting money out to cold traffic, and they're also getting terrible quality audiences, by the way. Their email lists, who's on their email list, right? Their email lists are being filled with other accountants and bookkeepers, right? You guys see this? You guys know what I'm talking about? Other accountants and bookkeepers keep opting into their funnels. Or people that haven't even started a business yet. I'm collecting information for when I think I might start a business one day, right? Right? So what happens is it leaves accountants and bookkeepers feeling so frustrated. They're like, why am I doing this? Why do I keep doing this? Why do I keep spending money on ads when I'm not getting any booked calls, when I'm not actually getting people to convert in my funnel? And so I wanted to talk about the dangers of spending money when you're not actually prepared to be spending money with paid traffic. And this is going to be very contradictory to my market and to what is being taught in my market in other areas. And I know that. I am the contrarian. Sorry, not sorry. And my belief system is, if you have not figured out how to speak to your clients and speak with your marketing message and really acquire a client consistently with your marketing message, and you don't feel 100% confident, then I'm not sure you should be ready to light your money on fire. And that might piss people off that I say that. But here's the reality. If you don't have money to play with, you're taking a major risk, because ads are risky. You have got to be willing to say, I am willing to lose this money. I am willing to risk this money and get nothing. Why? It is a test. It is a test. So I want to show you guys some things. I'm going to actually share with you. Let's see. Live has been enabled. Who can see? So I think everyone can see the closed captions. I don't know how to turn them off. I think they're enabled for everyone to see, but I don't know how to. I don't know. I'm sorry, Heather. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen with you, and give me a second because I didn't get organized for this call, but I'm going to share my screen with you, and I want to actually show you guys something. I'm not right here. I'm going to show you guys my spreadsheet, right? I want to show you guys what it actually looks like to lose money, lose your ass, because I want to let you know that I am not immune to losing my ass on ads. I first turned on a funnel. We spent $621 to acquire 10 people in my funnel. Okay, 10 people. Lost my ass, you guys. That's a lot of money. And if you don't understand this stuff, if you don't understand what this looks like, this is spending a lot of money to acquire 10 people. It cost me, an average cost per customer was $75.42. Granted, these were people who paid to get something. So that was nice. They paid to get something. So they were paying for a book. They're paying for something. So these weren't people opting in for something for free. They were paying for something. But this was a lot of money, right? The next month, I lost $2,000, right? We acquired 64 new people. My cost per lead, $60. Still losing my ass, not doing very well. And this is when I knew something was wrong. I said, this isn't going very well. I don't think this is going very well. Everyone can see my screen, right? I want to make sure everyone can see my screen. Okay. This isn't going very well. This is when I had red flags. By the way, I have an agency. I have a great agency, by the way. This is not to trash my agency. I have a great agency. They're one of the best agencies at this. One of the best. What they do is what I hired them for, self-liquidating funnels. It's called a slow funnel, SLO, self-liquidating offers. I hired them to help me do this, and I have a great agency. But this was still costing me way too much money. My cost per customer was $60. I was only getting an average cart value of $25.90. So sure, I got 64 people, but it was costing me a lot of money. And I knew red flags were going off. And in my gut, I knew that this could be better. And so I made some changes myself. I made changes around September 1st. I said, listen, I'm going to write a VSL for that page. I want you to put that VSL on. So things change. We saw some things go up, right? And so that first week was the first week I really broke even. I got it down to having, we were negative $10.85. So I was like, yes, we're going in the right direction. Negative $10.85, right? So we were doing better. It still cost me a lot of money to acquire a customer, but they were paying more, right? So they were paying me more money. So I wasn't losing money every single day. Back here, you can see I was losing so much money. Every single day I was losing money in the red, right? And so I'm showing you guys this because I'm going to show you what we did. I'm going to show you all the changes. We're going to get to how I made the changes, and I'm going to talk about low emotional marketing states and high emotional marketing states. But I want you guys to see the dollar amounts. I want you to see the figures so you can see what needs to happen in your brains. I want you to see that you can make these changes for yourself. And I want you to understand the cautionary tale of moving forward with funnels and moving forward with spending money on marketing and what you need to look for if you're losing your ass in marketing dollars. Okay, so that being said, still was not happy with these results. Then we had to turn ads off because we had something go on with, I can't remember what happened. What happened? We had to turn our ads off. I can't remember why. I just had an epiphany. Ellie, are you on this call? Can you double check? You know how all of a sudden people are buying that other book? You know how we turned our ads off to change the domain? Is something going on with the domain? And the reason that all of a sudden this started performing bad the last 2 days? Can you double check our ads? Can you double check that domain? Are they clicking the link and going to the wrong page all of a sudden? I'm sorry, you guys. I just had a major moment. Holy shit. I wonder if that's what's happening. All of a sudden, people are buying the wrong book the last 2 days. All of a sudden, our conversions are down. I can't see if Allie's on this call. Okay. I'm also working. I'm also working on this call. So this is a working call for everybody, by the way. We're working here. We're actually doing things. Okay, Allie is here. All right. Can we make sure that that link is actually working? Because we changed the domain. Suddenly people are buying the wrong book and our conversions are down from the last 2 days. So, all right. Okay, so sorry, I got off track here. I have a squirrel brain. All right, so we want to change the domain name. So we had to turn our ads off. That's what was happening here, okay? So next thing that happens is I decide to rewrite the copy. I decide to rewrite the copy, right? And so what happens? We go profitable. I increased our conversions, right? I increased our conversions with some copy adjustments, right? The last 2 days have been really bad for us. We're trying to figure out why. I think something is going on either with ads. Yesterday we noticed, I'm going to stop sharing. Yesterday we noticed, so the last 2 days have been really bad for us with ads. We noticed that the ads were running with no copy on them. They were only showing the pictures. We noticed that. So there could be a couple different things that are happening. So the last 2 days are kind of, we're not gonna, we believe they're anomalies. They don't have anything to do with us. So we're trying to figure that out. We also had this really weird thing happening where people are suddenly buying our old book. And so I just had this moment where I'm like, wait a second, is the domain name, something happened with the old domain name. So, and our agency turned off and turned on ads. Are they sending them to the wrong link? I'm having like an epiphany right now. Because all of a sudden our conversions are terrible. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys what we did to change these conversions. We're going to look at this. Okay. So let's look at this. Nope, we're not going to look at that. We're going to go inside my funnels account. I'm going to pull these up with all of the bajillion. Be patient with me. No, because they're getting clicks. So that, I don't think that's right. The domain is good. Okay. All right. Okay. So this is the old page. This is the old page. So the first thing I want to point out to you, actually, let me open up the old page too, or the new page, so I can show them both and kind of go back and forth. So the first thing I want to point out is this bar. You guys see this bar here? Can you guys tell me what you think is a problem with this bar? We're going to do some quizzing here. What do you think is the problem with this bar compared to my new page? Actually, it doesn't work on this one. There we go. That's a little better. This is the new page. This is the old page. Too small, doesn't match can't see your screen. Who can't see my screen? Should be able to see my screen. Okay, everybody else can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen on the live stream? Or is it because I pinned myself? Team, can you see if you can see my screen on the live stream too? Okay. It says I'm sharing my screen. It's the 7 magic posts. Everybody can see it, right? I can see. All right, everyone can see.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right, so here's the problem with this bar. I'm going to tell you guys. Guys, it completely takes up space. What you want, my particular screen right now, this isn't with most screens. My particular screen, what you want is you want there to be visible buttons. That is the biggest problem. You want there to be more visible buttons. And so my particular screen right now on desktop, I actually want to go through and figure out what happened here, because it used to be that the buttons were more visible. And so I think something happened here. There's no buttons on this page, right? You want more visible buttons before what we call the fold. And so the first adjustment I made was getting buttons visible before the fold. And so actually what happened is a few days ago, my agency went back into this page and they added that bar again. And I went back in and I took it out. I was like, stop adding this stupid bar into because this is my split test. This is my split test against my agency's split test, right? And so I was like, stop adding that bar into my split test. I don't want it there, right? Because I want buttons above the fold. And so I have to actually go look into this, because I think something got tweaked with something where now both my buttons aren't showing up or something, but we'll figure it out, right? So let's get into more marketing stuff though. This one says, discover my proven formula for easily attracting new clients for your finance business on social media, right? And then the next part of this is like, it goes into all of these things that are like, show up authentically to magnetize your ideal clients. Always show what to post next on social media. Post with purpose. Feel confident. Get people engaged in interacting with you. Actually know what it means to be consistent. Finally feel heard and understood. Doesn't that seem overwhelming? It's like a lot, right? Sometimes too much copy is just that. Too much copy. Sometimes more is just more. And so what I did is, we'll go over to mine. For any accountant or bookkeeper wanting more and better clients. Who? I'm calling out who immediately, right? Who do you want to work with? Who do you want to work with? So that's the first thing on a landing page that you need to recognize you need to do. Who is it for? This is why we niche, guys. This is why we pick a specific person. So it's very clear. Does this page talk to me? Am I the person that is being spoken to? Is this letter for me or not, right? Should I keep reading or not? Because if it's like, if this is for everybody, it's like, well, I'm not everybody, right? Everyone thinks that they are some special, unique butterfly, but I'm different. You know what the most frustrating thing was? Before I started calling out accountants and bookkeepers in my copy, accountants and bookkeepers didn't work with me because I called out everybody. And you know what? Coaches and consultants didn't work with me because they thought I only worked with accountants and bookkeepers. How annoying is that? How frustrating do you think that was for me? When the coaches would come and be like, oh, but I know you work mostly with accountants and bookkeepers, so I didn't hire you. And then the coaches and then the accountants would be like, you know, it took me a little bit to hire you because I wasn't sure if you worked with coaches and consultants and not accountants and bookkeepers. It's like, holy shit, right? Frustrating when that happens. So when we call somebody out and say, this is specifically for you, and guess what, by the way, my page specifically says for accountants and bookkeepers, right? For any accountant or bookkeeper wanting more and better clients. We still have like internet marketers that buy this thing. We just had somebody in network marketing say, can I buy this? And I was like, sure, if you want to, I don't care. Right? I was like, if you don't like it, I'll give you a refund. Like she just messaged me too. She was just like, hey, you know, you have a Facebook group and so now we're talking in DMs because now she wants my help. Right? So like, this is the interesting part of this is it doesn't even matter that I've called out. People are still going to reach out to you if they see you as an authority. Okay. Made the result so much more clear. What's the result? A very specific result. So what is a specific result you can provide? Increase your profitability. Use these specific strategies to increase your profitability. I'm going to tell you right now, if you have a funnel that says avoid these mistakes, burn it to the ground. Please burn that thing to the ground. If it says, avoid these financial mistakes, I'm going to piss people off right now on this call. I am. I'm going to piss people off. I see people laughing and they know why. They know why. I'm going to stop sharing my screen. I want to give you guys some tough love. If I make 7 figures, if I have a 7-figure company and I really need somebody to come in and help me with my financials, if I actually do need that, if I really need that, and you have maybe a 6-figure company and you're like, here's how you can avoid these 7 mistakes. I'm going to look at you like, how the hell do you know? Mistakes. I'm not making mistakes. Like, look at where I am, right? So that's the first thing. This is called low emotional marketing. When you speak to mistakes, when you speak to problems, when you speak to struggle, this is called low emotional marketing. When you speak to low emotions, you know when this works? You know when this is really good? Low emotions, mistakes, struggle bus, problems. When you want somebody to click something once and never take action again. You know why? Because people in low emotional states don't actually want their problem solved. They want to stay there. They love the struggle bus. They're like, oh, mistakes. Yes, I'm struggling. Right? And so if you really want to talk to people that are in high emotional states, that are on ascension mode, that are really speaking to growth, what I want you to do in your funnels, what I want you to do in all of your marketing is speak to aspiration. Here are my strategies to take your company from 6 to 7 figures. Here are my strategies to increase your profit margins, even if you don't have an accounting degree, even if you never want to open up even if you don't want to hire an accountant right now, right? Like even if you don't want to go get an MBA. The reason to use low emotional marketing is if you want somebody to click something once and buy something once. It is not to build a real community of people who actually have dreams and aspirations. I'm gonna piss people off with this live. And if the right people hear that I did this, there's gonna be people talking. I know that. But I'm sick of seeing the same funnels in my freaking face that are speaking to low emotional marketing constantly. And it's because, yes, they get more attention. They get more attention. You know why? Because more people are broke than more people have money. That's why they get more attention. There are more people on this planet today that are broke and struggling. And so more people will opt into that. Yes, you'll have lower costs. Sure. You'll also have lower quality leads. And so if you go for lower cost, lower quality leads, if that's really what you want, sure. But if you want higher quality leads, if you want higher level people, you want people who are really ready to spend money, you have to go high emotional marketing. People aren't struggling. People that are struggling are not looking around for mistakes they're making. They're looking for the person who has a real strategy, who can really help them and take them to the next level. As a 7-figure business owner, I am not walking around saying, who can help me fix my mistakes? Are you? Are you on this call? Right? Tell me. All of you are successful people in this room. Do you think that you're looking for people to tell you all the mistakes and all the problems and all the struggles you have? You want to do what to do next and how to deploy it now, right? That's where your brain is. And so what do you think about your 7-figure business owners, your multi 7-figure business owners? This helpful? Everybody getting some value today? Right. Okay. So that being said, I have a serious problem in my marketing right now, is that I haven't stepped up enough as the authority to help people with their marketing and to help people realize that I can really help people with this stuff, that I'm an excellent fucking marketer. And I'm sick of seeing the same things happen in my market over and over and over again. I'm sick of seeing people struggle with the same things over and over and over again. And so sometimes I got to get a little spicy and I got to bring some realness to the table. And that's what I'm doing right now, because I'm done seeing it over and over and over again. At the end of the day, there's a really good time and place to use a low emotional state of marketing. It's when you're selling supplements to people who are completely overweight and struggling, right? Who are like, I'm totally overweight and I've tried every exercise and every diet. I've tried every single thing. That's a time to use low emotional marketing state. Are y'all selling supplements on this call? No, you're not. No. Who are we selling to? We're selling to high-end people, right? We want high-end clients, and they ain't struggling. They ain't making mistakes, and they certainly don't want people telling them that they are. Because I'm telling you, if any single one of you said to me, Alyssa, I want to tell you about the mistakes you're making, I'd be like, get out, right? Like, no, thank you. So it's a great question. So let me go back. I want to go back to my funnel. I want to talk a little more about this. So then, and I'm going to answer some of the questions that I have in the chat. So then we want to talk about the mechanism, right? So here's the result. And we're talking about an aspirational result. Book 3 to 5 new clients every month, right? It's so fucking specific. It's not, it's not flowery, right? Like, what was this over here? New clients for your finance business on social media. It's not specific enough. I needed it to be specific. And then how? What is the mechanism? Unique mechanism, you guys. I need you to have a unique mechanism. What makes you unique? And this isn't because you care more. It's not because you care a lot. That's not your unique mechanism. Your unique mechanism is what makes you, what is the strategy, right? What's the strategy that you have? Are you really good with like analyzing tax? Are you really good with looking at a P&L, right? Like, what is it that makes you have a strategy that is your unique mechanism? How are you going to infiltrate that into this, right? My unique mechanism is my 7 simple social media posts. I want to make it clear. I don't want to hide that the whole strategy is 7 simple social media posts. I want that to intrigue you. I want you to be like, wait a second, I can get clients with just 7 simple social media posts. Oh, please tell me more, right? And then the people who are like, I don't want to post 7 times. I don't want to do that. Then what am I going to do? Polarize them. They can leave, right? Because my strategy does start with an organic method. That's where I start, organic method, right? And then what's the next part of this? Without wasting time you don't have. Endlessly messaging strangers online. Spending a fortune on marketing you don't understand, right? Because I know my market. I know these are the things that go through their brain. They're like, I don't have time to do things that are going to waste my time. I don't want to have to message people. I don't want to spend a fortune on marketing. By the way, they don't understand it. I know they don't understand it, because what happens is they're spending $2,000, $3,000, $1,000 a month on marketing, and they don't understand why it's not working. Like, I don't know why it's not working. I don't know why I'm not booking calls. I don't know. No one else can tell me why it's not working either. And they're frustrated, right? So next part, we made this, shorten this right up. 7 things. And so I'm showing you guys my stuff specifically. I can't show you somebody else's stuff right now. I'm going to in the future. I can't show you somebody else's stuff because I can't right now. Shoot, can somebody mute themselves? I can't see who's unmuted, but can y'all check to make sure it's not the unmuted person? Oh, I think I found them. Sophia, muting you, babe. Okay. But this is the stuff that is like, we got to nail this down, right? So very clean, 7 types of posts that actually work, how to copy, paste, and customize them, how to deploy a proven, repeatable strategy in your business today, right? So how can you take these things, and you guys, like, I'll give you the link to this. We'll send out an email. If you're all on my email list, we'll send out an email. We'll send you the email. You can take this, copy it. Like, copy it and think about, how can I apply this to me? How to deploy a proven, repeatable profit system in your business today, and so much more, right? I'm not going to give you my share funnel. My share funnel, I'll give to my clients. So if you're one of my clients and you're in my mastermind, you can have my share funnel. I'm not going to give that to you unless you're in my mastermind and you're working with me directly. I'll give you my share funnel, right? And then, like, get instant access. Like, you could put $37 here and then say, for free, delivered instantly, can be deployed in your business today, right? And so the other thing that is really important about what we did down here is learn how growing bookkeeping and accounting business owners. Notice again, I'm calling out growing, right? I could say scaling. I could say that. I'm not super interested in calling out scaling because I'm looking for people that are wanting to grow their business, right? If I was trying to talk to more scaling business owners that were maybe at the point where they were doing like 300K per year, then maybe I would talk about scaling here, but that's not what I was looking for. So again, qualify your audience in your marketing message, friends. Qualify them. Learn how growing bookkeeping and accounting businesses. So if you work with construction people, learn how 500K plus construction business owners are increasing their profit margins every single month using these simple strategies, right? And then what do I do next? Overcome objections. You guys see this? Overcome objections. Even if you are an introvert, even if you are what's been stopping you from getting visible in the past, right? This is good, right? Even if you are what's been stopping you from getting visible in the past. Because what do people say to me most? I'm introvert. I'm afraid to get myself out there, right? So I want to let them know, listen, I'm going to make this so easy for you. Even if you've been the reason that you haven't been able to get yourself out there, I'm going to help you overcome that because I'm going to make it so simple for you, right? You're not going to have to think about what to post because I'm going to make it easy, right? By the way, the VSL is the same on both pages. So no changes in the VSL. I wrote the VSL from the beginning. This VSL is what helped us increase the conversions in the beginning. Okay, so next thing, I went straight for a testimonial. Get yourself a testimonial on your page. So this was like an open letter to financial professionals who want to take their practice to the next level, right? Why don't we just go straight in with testimonial? Like, let's throw some good testimonial at people, right? So I went straight into testimonial. We're fixing this product mockup. This product mockup was terrible. I told them to please fix it. I told my agency to please fix it. It doesn't even look like the product that they get. The product that you actually get, let me find it, is this, right? So it's like, it's this multi-step, learn the 7 magic posts, right? So it's like a multi-training thing. So step 2, there's a video, right? So you go through the videos. Step 3, right? This is what you actually get. Step 4, and then there's testimonials on here. So I was like, this doesn't match what they get. We have to have something, and then book a call, right? So this product, right? By the way, we teach this inside of our mastermind. For those of you who don't know, I think actually Shanita is deploying the same exact system right now. She has the I just gave her the funnel code for this, so she's going to do the same exact thing in her. If you guys don't know Shanita, she's going to do this exact same thing in her program. Okay, so go back to this. So obviously this product mockup doesn't match at all, and I was like, please make it match. I just told my agency, please make it match, right? Again, overcoming objections, because that's the biggest thing that we want to do. Is like, what's the objection? Why would they not want to take action on your system? So I'm not good at marketing though, right? Like, and so it could be like, Erie, I'm not good with numbers though. Erie, I'm terrified of looking at my financials. Erie, money gives me anxiety, right? Like, what is the biggest thing you hear from your ideal client? And so then I go through this, like overcoming their objection. And then all of the things that they don't want to do: high pressure sales webinar, wasting time on cold messaging and emailing strangers, spending a fortune on marketing. Yes, I'm in, give me the system, right? And a lot of this, and then I added more testimonials at the bottom, right? And so the last thing I want to do is I want to show you guys the actual stats and the difference from this page to this page. Like in real time. So let's see what we have here. Okay, so we have our sales page and then our variation. So our control is the one that my agency wrote, and the variation is mine. So control, 114 people, the variation is mine. We have 130 people that went to that. So we can see the control, 14 people have clicked, 14 unique people have clicked, 3 people have actually bought it. 3 people. If you look at my variation, we have 31 people have clicked. So we have a higher click-through rate, and we have 10 people who have bought it. But what's really awesome is 10 people have bought it, and then we have 4 of those people. So we have a 40% how to raise your accounting rate. So 40% of those people are taking that. And then of that, we have 25% of the people who are taking that are also taking our 30-day Moneymaker Bootcamp as well, which is pretty good. So we're working on continuing to get that percentage up. So I'm actually going to rewrite the VSL, and I'm going to optimize the VSL for it's called the upsell. So it's the back end offer. So this is a self-liquidating funnel. And so most of you are probably not at this level where you're doing these self-liquidating funnels, but this is so we made all these changes on the 13th. Today's the 21st. So I just wanted to show you guys what really it looks like to really optimize your offers and know your marketing, and what it looks like to like not depend on somebody else to do stuff for you. Like, you have to understand your own marketing. You have to understand your ideal client, right? I paid an agency big money, right, to do all this for me. And at the end of the day, like they're doing a great job, but I'm better. I'm better at writing marketing for my company. I'm better at marketing when it comes to understanding to speak specifically to a person. I'm better at marketing message. I'm better at calling out results. I'm better at unique mechanism. I'm better at overcoming objections because I'm a really, really good copywriter, right? A lot of people can call themselves a copywriter. I'm a really good copywriter. And so I wanted to highlight some of these things for you guys today. I wanted to share this with you because number one, I learned a really big lesson. I let this go on for about a month and a half, but I knew in my heart that something was wrong. And I was like, we could be performing so much better. I'm losing money every day. It made it impossible for me to scale that funnel up, right? If I would have doubled my ad spend, I would have lost double the money, right? Like here, put more money on it. I would have, instead of losing $80 a day, I would have lost $160 a day. Can't do anything with that. So I had to get it at least break even. And if not break even, I needed to get it profitable. And that was my goal, is I wanted to have a profitable self-liquidating funnel. I didn't want just break even. And most people thought I was crazy for thinking that I could do that, but I knew I was a good copywriter and I knew I was a really good marketer. So I want to go back to, I'm destroying a lot of people's funnels right now on this call. I'm destroying a lot of people's hearts. So how do you improve your click-through rate if they're not on your landing page? You have to have better marketing message. So your marketing message and your ad copy has to be just as good, right? So it's like right now, if you're selling in your marketing message, if you're selling 7 mistakes, like, I'm sorry, but I just don't think that's going to attract anyone. I feel like I need to hide this video from a select group of people. Some people know what I'm talking about on here, but I don't know that everyone does, but just need to hide the video. Allie says I'm sending it out to the world. I mean, I think if you're selling mistakes, if you're selling mistakes, if you're selling low emotional marketing, I think that's where you start. It's marketing message first, right? Because at the end of the day, you guys, I want you to keep this in mind. Hear me loud and clear. Facebook ads want to work. It is a $1 billion artificial intelligence platform, and they want you to spend a lot of money. There is no other artificial intelligence that has been invested in more for your marketing to work very, very well other than Facebook. LinkedIn's not invested money like Facebook has. No other, Google is maybe up there with Facebook. No other platform has invested the type of money that Facebook has to make their ads platform profitable for their users. Why is that? They want it to work for you. They want you to spend more money. Why would they want you to fail at using their system? You wouldn't spend more money if you kept failing, right? They would not. It doesn't even make sense. Why do you think people spend millions of dollars on Facebook ads? Because they work. But if your marketing message is shit, you're dead in the water, friends, all day long. So this call went on very long, and I got to talk about a lot of things that I wanted to talk about. I think I covered more than I wanted to as far as the funnel stuff goes. And I actually have a couple people here today. Who was here as my panelists today? Who stayed on as a panelist? I know we're over time. Do I have a right into? Corinne's here. Who else? Allie's here. Okay, so Allie, I'm gonna spotlight. And then Corinne, I'm gonna spotlight. Okay. So the thing that I wanted to talk about, like I wanted to highlight these things, but I also really wanted to highlight the fact that we're currently doing a trial of our mastermind where we're teaching these things, right? I taught you a lot of stuff today that we're teaching in the inside of our mastermind. Obviously today was gold, and the funnels and the ad strategies that we're teaching in the inside of our mastermind. We obviously teach organic marketing. You guys know that. And you know that there's a really big, I have a very big organic marketing presence, and I teach that stuff, right? And that's important to me because I think that everyone should have the ability to acquire clients with organic strategies because they are tried and true. Whenever I am in a position and whenever my clients are in a position where maybe they need to be able to make money, I want them to be able to pull money out of their market whenever they need to without dependency on ads, because things happen. For example, the last 2 days, ads have been weird. Like they've just been super weird, right? And so organic marketing for us has always been something that we've leaned into, but we also teach paid media, right? We teach paid traffic as well. And so that's really important to us. And so there's 3 things that we focus on. It's client acquisition strategy is number 1. We want to make sure that our clients 100% know how to get clients over and over and over again. And that's why we have a 100K guarantee in our program now. We didn't used to have that. We have it now. And that's just because I just got so confident, cocky, whatever you want to call it, that it just got to a point where I was like, all of our clients can make 100K every single time they work with us. They always do. We should have a 100K guarantee. Like we know what we're doing over here. And so I wanted to just blow my market out of the water. Like I just wanted to say like, we should do this. And we've been doing it and it's been working. So when it comes to client acquisition, we have a 100K guarantee. So client acquisition. Number 2, the other part of this is client success and fulfillment. In the last 2 weeks with our clients, we have spent the last 2 weeks together talking about this. And I mean, Corinne and Allie have been there and it's been awesome. We've just been talking about framework and how to, when other accountants, when other bookkeepers are what do you see the most in Facebook groups with accountants and bookkeepers when their clients aren't turning stuff in? They complain, right? Like we talk about this stuff, like they complain. It's like, oh my gosh, so-and-so didn't turn in their stuff. Wah. Well, like, what if we actually approach these people like they're real humans and ask them if they're okay? Like, hey, I noticed that you're not getting your stuff done. Like, are you okay? Is everything okay? And so we talk about empathy and we talk about how to treat humans and that people are people and maybe they need somebody to reach out to them, right? And so we look at opportunities to support our clients. And so how can we make those two things happen? And the third thing that happens in our mastermind is how to show up as a CEO and delegate those things, how to show up as a leader. And so those 2 things can happen independently of you, right? And so I've been in leadership roles since I was 21 years old. I ran an accounting team. Basically since I was 21, I found myself managing a bunch of 40-year-old women, which was a lot of fun. So they had to put me in leadership training because none of these women wanted to take me very seriously. And so I had to show up and figure out how to be a leader really young. And then I became a CFO and I had an accounting team. And so I didn't know that these skills would be so valuable to me when I was actually building out my company, but they became really valuable because now I have a team, right? And so I have an amazing team and they they acquire clients for me, independent of me. And also they make sure my clients are successful independent of me, right? I don't have to show up every day in order to get more clients. I don't have to show up every day in order for my clients to be successful. And so I'm teaching that in our mastermind. And so right now we're doing a trial. Oh, LaShonda's here as well. LaShonda's here for the, okay, where is she? Here, we're going to put you, are we allowed to, shoot. Can we pin you? Oh, yeah, we can now that your camera's on. Okay. So we're offering the trial. And what I want to do is I want to put some people, I want to spotlight a few people and ask them. And so the trial of our mastermind is basically love it or leave it. You get to try to hang out with us for 30 days and see if you want to be part of our mastermind and see if you want to join this community of women and men. We're not opposed to having some men in here. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to introduce you to a few people who actually did our love it or leave it trial. And so that's what I thought would be the most fun is like, let's actually meet some people who are part of our love it or leave it trial. So we'll start with Allie. She's on here first. So Allie, why don't you unmute yourself, babe? And so my first question is, well, first, why don't you introduce yourself and introduce your business?
My name is Allie. I am from Oklahoma. I started bookkeeping like after school when I was in high school, and I did the corporate thing for 13 years. And then in 2020, and everything went crazy, I started doing some freelance stuff mid 2020. And then January of 21, I left my corporate job and started doing my business full time. And I stayed pretty stagnant for like a year. And then I started actually trying to market in 2022. And then I found Alyssa in like June. And I've been growing ever since.
Amazing. So you did our love it or leave it trial. And that was a good option for you. How did you feel about like joining us for that first 30 days? Like, what was that first 30 days like for you?
I like to know what to expect. That is my personality. Like, I need a roadmap. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to invest all this money. This is really scary. But like, I felt like it was going to be a good thing. But once I got there and saw kind of what to expect, I couldn't imagine leaving once I was there after 30 days.
Right. Yes. And, you know, it's so funny because that's kind of like one of our love it or leave it trial, honestly, has been, there's so many marketers and so many coaches that have been like, you can't do that, right? Like, you shouldn't do that. That's a bad idea. Like, people are just going to come in, they're going to take a bunch of things from you and they're not going to stay. And it's like, no, that doesn't happen. The exact opposite happens. Like we've had maybe one or two people not stay, and it's not because they haven't wanted to stay. It's because they realized that they weren't ready to actually commit to their business growth. They're like, this is amazing, but it made me realize that I'm not in a place to commit to my business growth. And like, we had somebody go get a job. She's like, I realized that I'm not cut out for business. Like, that's what this made me realize. Like, these women are hardcore and they want to grow their business, and I'm not ready to do it. I was like, okay. Like, they realize like that people are in there are serious and they're like committed to growth. And so that was like the only time we've had somebody not stay. And so very interesting. And so can you talk a little bit about the actual growth you've had being in the mastermind?
I will admit a lot of my growth has been mindset growth. There was a lot to do. I mean, I knew there was, but once I actually got into it, I was like, holy crap, I need a lot of mindset work. So I've done a lot of house cleaning, I guess you could say, mental work, working on my processes, just working on myself as much as my business. And there's so many tools in the program to be able to do that. It's not just business growth, it's personal growth and just the community as a whole. You can't help but kind of feel inspired and you want to do better. So my growth has been as much on myself as business growth, really.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much, Allie. I guess last question, if there's anyone who is is watching this and is like, I'm really interested in doing the love it or leave it trial, what advice would you have for them?
Just try it. I feel like even if you don't stay, which I think you will because you won't want to go, you're going to get so much in that 30 days to take with you. It's just worth it. It's just kind of a no-brainer.
Right. Right. Awesome. All right. Thank you so much. Let's move over to you, Miss Corinne. Corinne, if you want to unmute yourself. Corinne also did our love it or leave it trial. And for those of you, I know some people probably have to jump off. We're getting that 2 o'clock mark. We're going to go over a little bit, but I did drop the link to book a call for anyone who has to leave, but they're interested and have more questions. So you can, I dropped that in the Zoom. We'll also drop that in the live in the Facebook. Corinne, why don't you introduce yourself and introduce your business and what you do?
Sure, thanks. I'm Corinne Woodard. I'm a CPA. I own Anne Accounting and Taxes with my father, and we both help people change the way they feel about taxes, but now we're also helping bookkeepers learn how to prepare taxes as a part of the services they provide to their clients.
Love it, love it, love it. Yes, which is new offer, and it's going so well so far. So we're so proud of that. And so you came in on the trial. You were actually one of the first people that we did like the love it or leave it with. So we first started it, and then you came to the event. And so talk to us about like why you decided to stay.
Yeah. So the love it or leave it offer was exactly what I needed for where I was when I found you. I think I found you in like February or March of 2022, right in the middle of tax season. And I remember I was talking to you guys about just joining boot camp, and I'm like, I don't know if I can do it. It's tax season. And you guys were like, this is when your people need to hear from you. And you were right.
Yeah.
And we brought in like 100 new clients throughout that 30-day boot camp. And I was like, okay, this woman is what I need for my business. So I signed up for the 6-week trial offer at the time. That's what it was, right before the live event. And it was just like everything I needed in the course and in the coaching from you guys. And then going to the live event was like, I don't ever want to leave this group of people. Please sign me up. Take my money.
Yeah. I think community, that's such a good point, is community. I think the community creates the up level, right? Like you're going to come in because you want the strategy. You're going to come in because you're like, okay, I need to unlock the marketing, the client acquisition strategy. I want to unlock these strategies, but really it's no longer about me. It's no longer about my team. Like people care less and less about me on the inside of the program. It's so much more about the community that's in there. Like I begin to get jealous, honestly. Like everybody's like, oh my God, they talk about the other coaches. They're like, can I just tell everybody how amazing Tammy is? Oh my gosh, I love Lily. And I'm like, like everybody loves on all the other coaches. They love on each other. And it's like, I don't know if I'll ever get used to everybody. Like, I love that I created that, but it's like, oh my gosh, like it's both heartwarming and also I do get jealous. I'm like, oh my God. But that's what I created, right? Like that's what I created it for. Right. So it's so good. And so do you want to talk a little bit about the growth that you've experienced since being in Mastermind?
It's been quite a journey. I think when we met, I was struggling to find my place taking over this business from my dad and working with him as he journeys towards retirement, hopefully soon. So there was a lot of mindset work that went into that, working with Lily and yourself, coaching through how to deal with that. And we got to a place during tax season before I came to the live event where we were on track to double our revenue for the year. And awesome. We have stayed on that track. We haven't lost pace at all. And we might even do better than that with the Tax Academy, because that's a new offer that came up after After I had the opportunity to watch you gracefully pivot your target market and really learn from you and how you did that, I was able to come up with that offer, and you guys have been invaluable in helping me craft it and like market it and figure out how to deliver it.
Yeah. Awesome. I love it. I love it. I love it. So anyone who's on the call right now who is like, all right, I know I want to work with Alyssa, but I'm a little nervous to pull the trigger in this love it or leave it trial, or work with them in mastermind, what advice would you have for them?
Just do it. I mean, not to say exactly what Ali said, but just do it, because it's a love it or leave it. You literally have nothing to lose except for that extra revenue and the extra visibility that your business is going to gain by working with the A team. That's all I have to say.
I love it. Thank you so much, Corinne. I appreciate you getting on here today. And if you're a bookkeeper and you want to learn more about how to add tax and add more value to your clients with taxes, you should definitely check out Corinne as well. So thank you, my dear. Miss LaShonda, how's it going, my lady?
Hey, I'm mute.
How are you?
You're fine.
I want to like move. I tried to move my camera down to move your camera down so I could see more of your face. There we go. That's better. I was like, I actually tried to move mine down. Did you guys see me do that? Like, I was like, I need to move my camera so I could see more of your face. That was like out of habit. How funny. So LaShonda, will you tell us a little bit about your business, your niche, who you serve?
Don't ask about the niche. I'm still working on that.
I know. Tell us what you do, girl. Tell us what your business.
So my business is Your Virtual CFO. And I am basically, I serve as a financial arm in an advisory capacity to solopreneurs, creatorpreneurs, helping them to stay organized and be proactive instead of reactive when at the end of the year for tax season. So being ready. My background is a combination of nonprofit, church finance, government accounting. And then I'm also an owner of income tax practice of over 20 years. So that's all falling up under that umbrella as a virtual CFO. Awesome.
I love it. I love it. I love the virtual CFO stuff. That was my specialty as well. So it's my favorite. So you also came in on our Love It or Leave It trial to give us a test run, a test taste, as I like to say, see if this is something that you wanted to commit to. And ultimately you decided to commit and continue to hang out with us. And can you tell us why you decided to make the commitment and keep hanging out as well?
Because I saw like a huge turnaround and growth in my business during boot camp. I actually won, I don't know if it was first or second place in the boot camp. The marketing piece is what I was missing. And I was able to implement, your framework and consistently do it, and me not be overwhelmed by the whole marketing aspect and process of it or whatever, because I had a problem with consistently posting. So during that time frame of the boot camp, I was able to, it was like basically no excuse, one post a day. So I was able to do that. And you gave us the copy and everything for it. I just had to tweak it and fit it in. So that's what actually drew me in. And, and the success that I had from that, I was like, oh, okay, like, why not? Like, and then when you turned at the end of it, because I was thinking about mastermind next steps and all that stuff, didn't know, where I fit in, how that was going to work out. I had been in masterminds years before, like over and over again, and I swore I would never join another one. Like I had enough stuff to work from, right?
Yeah.
When that came, and then you introduced the introductory offer, like just trying it out or whatever, like, why not? And the event that was there, because, I love going to events anyway, which is another thing that I mentioned to you also. When you had that, it was just like a no-brainer at that point.
Yeah. Yes. And so do you want to share a little bit of like the growth that you've been able to have being in our community and everything?
Just we're consistently doing the social media piece. I mean, I learned something new and different on every call. Just my journey of really, being creative about my business, taking whatever those missing pieces are. Like I said, I'm still working on, niching down or whatever. But just being
well, I
able
mean, you're getting results with what you're doing right now. So I'm proud of you for that. Like, even if you haven't fully embraced the niching, you're getting results doing what we talk about. And yeah, we try to make with that boot camp, with the content, we try to make it just so easy that it's copy paste go, copy paste go, copy paste go, right? So, awesome.
So yeah, that part, I mean, just it's a little bit, of everything that I like about it, and that's working for me, with that. So just having that consistent growth over time instead of just a seasonal thing during tax season.
Yep. I love that. And so anyone who is considering doing our Love It or Leave It trial, what would you tell them?
Like, really just to do it, seriously, because like I said, it is a no-brainer. I mean, who lets you try out a mastermind? Like, who does that? So it's like, just do it.
Who lets you try out a mastermind, right? And you guys, this is like, I'm breaking the rules of marketing. I'm breaking the rules of masterminds. I have had coaches tell me that I cannot do this. They're like, you can't do it. People are just going to come in, they're going to steal your stuff, and they're just going to leave. And I'm like, no, they won't, because we're that good. Like, we're that good that they don't want to leave. Like, I promise you. And so we tested it out, we tried it out, and guess what? We had like one person leave the last time we did it. And so I'm going to just warn you, you're going to come, you're going to get on the call, and you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to try it out. And then you're going to be like, okay, I'm going to just try it out for 30 days. And you're going to be like, all right, I'm going to stay in here, because you're going to see your business grow. And so, yeah, if you're not ready to actually grow your business, I don't want you to even consider doing our trial. This really is for people who are ready to actually grow their business, who are actually ready to be committed. We have a 100K guarantee because it's for people who are seriously ready to add 100K to their business, not for people who don't want to add 100K. Like, if you don't want to have 100K in revenue, please don't sign up. Like, we don't want that. Like, we don't want people who are like, yeah, but I don't want 100K more $1,000, right? Like, I don't want to add $100,000 more dollars in revenue. If you don't want to grow, that's okay. But we want people to grow. We want people to be getting results. We want to have people moving and not just growing from the standpoint of making more money, but we want people growing emotionally. We want people growing in their mindset. We want them to be better business owners. We want them to be better leaders. We want them to learn to delegate. We don't want to see accountants and bookkeepers underwater because they've taken on too much work and they're doing it all on their own. So we want to teach you all of these things. And you guys, we're doing so much more than that. I mean, we have an entire group of people who are all like, LaShonda, are you in the shred group too?
No.
Oh my gosh, we got to get you in there. I cannot believe you're in group. Oh my gosh, LaShonda, I'm mad. I'm pissed.
I don't even know what that is. Like, what is that?
It's the Moneymaker Shred group. You work out. I can't believe you're not in there.
Yeah, no.
Okay, well, we're gonna get you in there. So like Dana's lost like 30 pounds. We have a bunch of people who have lost weight because of being in our community. Like, we're not just making money, like, we're losing weight together. I've lost 20 pounds. Allie on my team has lost 30 pounds. We have Dana's lost like 30 pounds. Oh my gosh, I can't think of, there's a couple other people. They're losing weight. We have Vanessa right now is training for a triathlon. You just got added to the group.
Oh,
so
okay.
It's like, you guys, we're talking like real life transformation. Jill's lost a bunch of weight. Like, we're literally transforming lives. We're not just, Corinne wants in too. So I'm not here to just be like, here's a marketing strategy, thumbs up. Jeff says he's joining the mastermind if he can lose weight. You can. Jeff, we'll put you in our it's called Moneymaker Shred. We have a group called Moneymaker Shred. So, Alrighty, guys, we did drop. Does anyone have questions about any of this? There's still quite a few people on. Does anyone have questions about, I've dropped the call link a couple times. We can drop it in the Facebook Live. Allie, can you make sure you drop that link for me on the Facebook Live as well? I do have to go into another call. Does anyone have any questions? Thank you so much, LaShonda, as well. No questions? Was this helpful? Was this call helpful? I hope it was super helpful for everybody. Tons of value today. I'm sure I broke some of your hearts, broke some of your funnels on accident, but it needed to be said. Yes. Yeah, it needed to be said on purpose. Krista said, I loved it. It's the best call I've been to in a while. Yes. And this is what we do in our mastermind calls all the time. I can't be this unfiltered and spunky live as much as I want to be. But this is what I'm like on my mastermind calls frequently, which I'm sure my mastermind people can attest to. I'm usually, I can be a little more unfiltered and call it what it is on my mastermind calls, but I can't do this live all the time. And there's a reason for that, because I'll get kicked off the internet or I'll piss off too many people. So I got to just keep my mouth shut a lot. But, you know, I'm a spitfire. I'm a spitfire on my mastermind calls because I can be, right? They're my calls and they're my people. They're people who pay me. So it's like, I can be whoever I want to be in those calls. So, all right. I love you guys. By the way, if you are not signed up to come to our event in October, you still have time to sign up. It is October 25th, 26th, and 27th. It is in my hometown, Buffalo. It's a beautiful event venue. I would love to have you there. If you want information about coming to that event, please reach out to us. Let us know. We'd love to have you at the event. You get to come to all of our events for free. As a mastermind member, as a bootcamp member. So we're trying to make sure that we get all of our biggest fans at our events, because events are really like, they're the game changer, right? We really think that's where the biggest transformation happens. So if you're interested in coming to one of our events, please let us know. We're trying to button up the last group of people. So, alrighty. I will talk to you guys later. Everyone have a great day. Mwah.